Imagine walking into your favorite grocery store and grabbing a small bag of cashews for a quick snack. They're crunchy, creamy, and just the right amount of sweet. But have you ever wondered why these little nuts cost so much more than peanuts? Or what makes them one of the most sought-after snacks in the world? Today we're taking you on a fascinating journey to uncover the incredible story behind cashew nuts, their exotic origins, the meticulous harvesting process, and why this golden snack has become a global favorite. Grab a handful of cashews, sit back, and let's dive deep into this delicious mystery. Cashew nuts aren't just popular, they're a luxury item in the world of nuts. On the global market, they are valued 7 times higher than peanuts. In fact, back in 2017, the world consumed over 770,000 metric tons of cashews, and that number keeps climbing thanks to the growing trend of healthy eating and plant-based diets. These nuts have a unique, irresistible flavor that's both nutty and subtly sweet, making them perfect for snacking, baking, or adding a touch of luxury to savory dishes. In the US, 1 pound of cashews can easily cost $15 at wholesale prices, and in many supermarkets, a single kilogram can run around $10. Economists predict that by 2025, the global cashew industry will surpass $7 billion in value, proving just how much people love this crunchy delight. But what makes cashews so special and why do they cost so much? To answer that, we have to go back in time, to the tropical forests of South America, where the cashew tree first made its appearance. Native to Brazil, the cashew tree was a vital part of life for the indigenous tribes of the Amazon. They used both the nut and the cashew apple, the fleshy fruit attached to it, in their diet and cultural rituals. It wasn't until the 16th century that the cashew began its journey to becoming a global sensation. Portuguese explorers, fascinated by the nut's unique taste and commercial potential, transported cashew seeds back to Europe and introduced them to their colonies in Africa and India. These regions, with their warm, tropical climates, turned out to be perfect for growing cashews. Soon, India became a major hub for cashew production, and the nut was quickly embraced into Indian cuisine, adding richness to curries, sweets, and festive dishes. Today, cashews are beloved worldwide. Their creamy texture and mild sweetness make them one of the most versatile nuts on the planet. They can be enjoyed raw, roasted, salted, or blended into creamy nut butter. You'll find them in everything from trail mixes and stir-fries to vegan cheese and luxurious desserts. They're also a key ingredient in many plant-based diets because of their ability to mimic dairy textures when blended, making them perfect for vegan sauces and desserts. But behind this little nut's popularity lies an incredible story of labor-intensive farming, careful processing, and fascinating challenges that make it one of the most expensive nuts in the world. Cashew trees grow best in tropical climates with plenty of sunshine and well-drained soil. Today, the leading producers of cashews are countries like India, Vietnam, the Ivory Coast, and Sri Lanka. Each of these regions follows a rigorous process to ensure the quality of every single nut that ends up in your snack bowl. But here's the tricky part. Cashews can only be harvested once a year. Timing is everything. The nuts grow attached to a fleshy fruit called the cashew apple, which changes color from green to bright yellow or red when ripe. Farmers have to keep a close eye on the trees during the dry season, as this is when the apples reach peak ripeness. Harvesting too early or too late can ruin the quality of the nut. Once the apples are ready, skilled workers handpick them carefully to avoid bruising. Unlike other crops that can be harvested by machines, cashew apples require a delicate touch. The fruits are collected in baskets and transported to processing facilities, where the next stage of this fascinating journey begins. Here, workers separate the nuts from the apples. It may sound simple, but it's a process that requires precision and patience. The nut is attached to the bottom of the cashew apple in a hard shell, and separating it without damage is crucial. In many small-scale farms, this is done manually using sharp knives or special tools. In large-scale operations, machines are used, but even then, the process is complex. On average, a skilled worker can separate about 40 kilograms of cashew nuts in a day. After separation, the nuts aren't ready to eat yet, not even close. They need to be dried to reduce their moisture content and prevent spoilage. This is usually done by sun-drying the nuts for several days until they reach the perfect texture for the next step, roasting. But here's where things get really interesting. Cashew shells contain a toxic substance called anacardic acid, which is similar to poison ivy and can cause severe skin irritation. That's why cashews are never sold in their shells and why you'll never see raw cashews in the truest sense of the word. Even the so-called raw cashews you buy in stores have been heat-treated to remove these harmful toxins. The roasting process not only neutralizes the toxins but also brings out the rich, nutty flavor we all love. There are two main methods of roasting: drum roasting and oil roasting. In drum roasting, the nuts are tumbled inside a heated drum until the shells become brittle and can be cracked open. Oil roasting involves immersing the nuts in heated oil for a short time to loosen the shells. Both methods require precise temperature control to ensure that the nuts don't burn. After roasting, the shells are cracked open carefully, revealing the kidney-shaped cashew kernel inside. But even now, the nuts aren't ready to hit the shelves. The next step is peeling. After cracking the shells, the nuts are still covered in a thin brown skin that must be removed. Traditionally, this was done by hand, but modern processing plants use machines to speed up the process. Once peeled, the nuts are sorted by size, color, and quality. The highest grade cashews are whole, unbroken nuts with a uniform ivory color. Lower grades include split nuts and broken pieces, which are often used in confectionery, baking, or processed foods. Finally, the nuts are packed in airtight containers to preserve freshness before being shipped to markets around the world. It's easy to see why cashews cost so much when you consider the amount of work that goes into producing them. From handpicking and careful shelling to roasting and sorting, every step requires precision and labor. And let's not forget the safety measures needed to handle the toxic shells. This entire process explains why cashews are among the most expensive nuts in the market. But for millions of people around the world, the taste of these buttery, crunchy delights is worth every penny. Now here's a fun fact to wrap things up. Which country is the largest exporter of cashew nuts in the world? If you guessed Vietnam, you're absolutely right. Vietnam has dominated the global cashew market for years, thanks to its advanced processing facilities and efficient supply chain. India and the Ivory Coast follow closely behind. Have you ever wondered what makes cashews so irresistible? That rich, buttery flavor and satisfying crunch make them one of America's favorite snacks. But here's something you probably didn't know. Cashews belong to the same family as poison ivy. Yes, you read that right. Just like poison ivy, raw cashews contain a toxic compound called urushiol. This substance can cause severe skin irritation, burns, and even painful blisters. So, if you've ever thought about eating raw cashews straight from the tree, think again. They're not safe to touch or consume until they go through a complex and carefully controlled process. Today we're going behind the scenes to uncover the fascinating journey of cashews, from being toxic kernels to the golden, crunchy nuts we all love to snack on. Get ready because the process will surprise you. And while you're here, tell us in the comments. Do you love eating cashews plain, roasted, or in your favorite dessert? The journey of cashews begins long before they hit grocery store shelves, and one of the most critical steps in this process is roasting. Roasting isn't just about adding flavor, it's a matter of safety. This stage ensures the removal of harmful toxins and develops the signature taste that cashews are known for. There are several roasting techniques, including drum roasting, hot air roasting, and oil roasting. Each method offers a unique flavor profile and texture, but the goal remains the same: perfection. The temperature and roasting time are controlled with extreme precision because over-roasting can burn the nuts and give them a bitter taste, while under-roasting leaves them bland and chewy. For premium quality cashews, achieving the perfect roast is an art and science combined, and factories invest heavily in technology to make sure every batch comes out golden brown and full of flavor. Once the cashews are roasted to perfection, they move on to one of the most labor-intensive and delicate stages: shelling and peeling. Cashew shells are not like those of peanuts or almonds. They contain caustic oils that can burn the skin, making manual handling very dangerous. That's why most cashew processing facilities rely on machines or trained workers equipped with protective gear to carefully break open the shells. After the hard shell is removed, there's still a thin, papery skin called testa clinging to the kernel. This layer is peeled off using a combination of heat, steam, and gentle friction. The goal is to enhance the cashew's appearance and improve its texture, making it smooth and ready for packaging. At this point, the cashews finally start looking like the tasty nuts we recognize, but the journey is far from over. Next comes quality control and grading, a step that ensures only the best cashews make it into your snack packs. Each kernel undergoes a thorough visual inspection by skilled quality control teams who remove any pieces with cracks, discoloration, or deformities. Cashews are then sorted according to size, shape, and color because the global market places a premium on uniformity. Large, whole kernels are considered the most valuable and command the highest prices. For example, a kilogram of whole cashews can cost around $3.42, while broken or split cashews fetch significantly less, often going into processed foods, baking, or cashew butter. Beyond visual grading, laboratories conduct moisture and contaminant tests to ensure food safety standards are met. High moisture content can lead to mold growth and spoilage, so every batch must pass strict quality benchmarks before moving on. Once graded, the cashews head into the packaging stage, which is just as important as roasting and quality control. Proper packaging ensures the cashews maintain their crunch, flavor, and freshness for as long as possible. Cashews are sensitive to moisture and light, so companies often use vacuum-sealed bags, tin cans, or resealable plastic pouches to keep them protected. High-end brands sometimes go the extra mile with nitrogen flushing inside the packaging to prevent oxidation and preserve the natural oils in the nuts. Before sealing, packaging materials are inspected for defects, and the cashews are weighed precisely, whether manually or with automated machines. After sealing, the packages are stored in cool, dry warehouses before being shipped worldwide. Transportation is carefully managed to prevent exposure to humidity or temperature fluctuations, ensuring that the cashews you buy taste just as fresh as the day they were packed. Now here's a quick trivia question. Which country is the largest exporter of cashews in the world? If you guessed India, you're close, but the correct answer is Vietnam. Thanks to heavy investment in modern automation and advanced processing technology, Vietnam dominates global cashew exports, producing an astonishing 108,000 tons every 3 months. Their cutting-edge factories and efficient supply chain allow them to deliver high-quality cashews at competitive prices, making Vietnam a global leader in this industry. Impressive, isn't it? But the story of cashews isn't just about taste and technology, it's also about sustainability. Cashew farming and processing have significant environmental, social, and economic implications, and leading companies are now prioritizing sustainable practices. Environmentally, efforts include organic farming methods, agroforestry systems to promote biodiversity, reducing waste from shells and processing byproducts, and adopting climate adaptation strategies to protect orchards from global warming. Socially, the focus is on fair labor practices, empowering smallholder farmers, and promoting gender equality in the workforce. Many initiatives aim to improve community services like education and healthcare in cashew-growing regions, ensuring that the benefits of this billion-dollar industry reach the people who cultivate the crop. Economically, stabilizing prices, improving market access for small farmers, and ensuring transparency across the supply chain are top priorities. Programs like Fair Trade Certification, Olam's Cashew Trail Initiative, and organic production standards are helping drive these positive changes, giving consumers the confidence that the cashews they buy are produced responsibly. Behind every crunchy cashew in your snack mix or dessert lies a story of science, technology, human effort, and sustainability. From orchards in tropical regions to state-of-the-art factories, the journey is long and complex, but it ensures that every bite you take is safe, flavorful, and ethically sourced. So next time you open a bag of cashews, take a moment to appreciate the incredible process that transforms a toxic nut into a delicious, healthy snack enjoyed worldwide. If you found this fascinating, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes looks at how your favorite foods are made. From nuts to chocolates, chips to candies, we bring you the most interesting stories from factories across the globe. Tell us in the comments, how do you like your cashews? Salted, roasted,